welcome to another session of Spirits and Monsters of Old Seattle. When we left our brave investigators, they were standing before a lighthouse. The lighthouse belonging to Magnus Lunden, local lightkeeper, and perhaps more significantly to our story, witch. This man is responsible for a great deal of pain and suffering on the part of Julian Benavides. And our brave entertainer might just be thinking about revenge. Not only is Magnus responsible for terrible events in Julian's past, he's responsible for terrible events in all of our heroes' present. They have realized that Magnus is responsible for summoning up the Glossin, the Night Sow that has been terrorizing the community, and which has been responsible for at least 2 deaths so far. Thankfully, our heroes have a plan, and it all involves Julian Benavides and a little gift he was given. Using the fiddle given to him by the neck, he might just be able to calm Magnus down. Now, my dear players, are you all ready for this?
As ready as we'll ever be.
That's the level of confidence I like to hear. All right, so to give kind of a layout of the scene, we've got this big lighthouse. The gleaming light is off in the west. It is pointing out onto the sea to help guide ships in. We are on a snowy field where there are some crags and rocks, a few stunted, kind of withered trees that have picked up snow amongst their branches. Julian, I'm imagining, has kind of stepped forward a little bit to be able to kind of get the maximum amount of center stage.
Center stage, absolutely.
Where is Dr. Jensen?
I would want to be... If Julian is center stage, I would... to keep continuing the metaphor, I'd want to be off in the wings. Essentially try to be hidden or at least easily overlooked in lieu of Julian being in front, but also having the ability to get a clear shot with the pistol
with
Julian
the rifle?
gave me. A rifle. Is it rifle?
I think it was a rifle.
Yeah.
It's a rifle. Yeah, no, I gave you the rifle.
I mistyped that in my inventory. Let me fix that. But yeah, so with the rifle.
And where is Tobias?
Similar to Lucius, off stage right in the wings, even so far down as the Vom. Using that theater background. Lying in wait. He has no idea what's going on. He just sees this fiddle. He assumes something very mundane. Some very mundane fiddle playing is about to happen.
Yep.
Also, he's definitely a little farther away from the other two than he's
farther away from them than they are from him.
Yeah, exactly. He's making sure to put plenty of distance between himself.
I love that Phoenix questioned that statement for me. Like, wait a minute.
Is that physically possible?
Yes.
Emotionally.
Emotionally.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That tracks.
Now, I have been waiting for this. I need each of the 3 of you to roll me 1d6.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you what this d6 is for, but you want to roll high.
Oh, well, that's a shame because I just rolled a 1.
See, I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all.
You got a 1, Phoenix?
I got a 1.
Oh,
Fuck yes.
That doesn't sound like something we do.
it's not nearly going to be as good as last night, but here we go. Hey. I got a 4.
Okay. Zach, what'd you get?
That was a 3.
Excellent. I'm so excited about this and how it shook out.
Oh, God.
Just getting that 1 out of the way now. It's fine.
Oh no.
All right, so Phoenix,
Ryan.
would you roll me an inspiration test? And please add 5 dice to it.
All right, well, that'll be 15 dice.
I know.
Fuck yes.
Oh no. Oh no.
Wait, sorry.
I don't like how excited Brian is for how many dice Phoenix is rolling. That seems bad.
Ominous?
Yeah.
Maybe nefarious?
Hortentious.
That is 3 successes on 15 dice.
Dang.
Amazing.
Does that need to be pushed in some way?
If you want to. It doesn't yet. But this is going to be an opposed roll, so you will not necessarily know whether you need to push it in advance.
Screw it, I'm going for it. Yeah, I'm gonna go for more.
Excellent.
This is Julian. He's gonna go all out for his performance.
Hell yeah.
Full diva.
That's an additional 3 success on another 12 dice, so 6 success total.
Amazing.
This is the part where you tell me he gets 0 successes to oppose me.
Well,
Brian, is he rolling against us?
here's the thing.
Oh no.
Julian steps forward and he very slowly lowers the bow onto the strings of this fiddle.
Oh no, we didn't plug our ears.
Yes, you did.
Oh, we did. Okay.
You actually stuffed them with bandages last session.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah. All right.
You're lucky I remembered that.
Yeah. Oh, thank God.
Thank God.
Julian is not quite sure what melody he wants to play. But it doesn't matter. Because as soon as the bow slides across those strings, the music just takes over. And even through your bandage-stuffed ears, the two of you begin to hear it.
Oh, fuck.
Can I get from both Dr. Jensen and from Tobias, let's say either an observation test or a medicine test, reflecting either how much you have kind of centered yourself or how good you did a job at stuffing your ears.
I'm gonna take that medicine test.
I'm going the medicine route.
Yeah.
It's weird. You guys aren't choosing the empathy route? I don't understand.
I have 2 conditions for my mental, and I have a 2 empathy. I don't know what that means.
That means you always get 1 die, but it's a pity die.
Oh, well, that tracks. That's 0 successes.
Fantastic.
I mean, if this is going the way that we think this is going, come on. It only makes sense. Have y'all heard me before?
I mean, yeah. Fucking voice of an angel. Fiddle skills of the devil.
On 9 dice, 1 success.
Okay.
I believe that's less than 6.
Zach,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask, I think I know what the answer is. Do you want to push that roll?
I mean, no, but I probably should.
We'll talk about it. Don't worry.
Nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. The fun,
Yeah,
fun's
no,
in
don't
the
worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Find fun in the failure.
Bill, do you want to push that roll? You would get 8 more dice.
Julian is putting on a hell of a performance, and
It is like nothing you have ever heard.
and I need to have my wits about me.
Give in, surrender to me.
And this is a more of a physical trait than a mental trait. So yes, I will push that roll.
Surrender to me.
We'll go with exhausted. So I'll re-roll 8 dice here. Better. With re-rolling that 8 dice, I got 2 additional successes for a total of 3 successes.
Ooh.
Okay.
Well, that's exciting.
That's not terrible. Give me just a second to make some notes.
Oh no.
Well, I'd like to thank our listeners for joining us for Spirits and Monsters of Old Seattle. We'll see you next time in Spirits and Other Spirits of Portland.
We might go to Vancouver, you don't know. All right, now, shockingly, Magnus will also push that roll.
It's like salt and pepper around here.
That's been my joke, Bill.
Dr. Jensen, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man.
Hey.
Ooh, I almost got a spit take out of Bill.
Tobias,
Yeah. Yeah.
you have your ears stuffed with these bandages,
Sure did.
like really wadded in there.
Yep.
Dr. Jensen, you had a little bit of wax, paraffin wax in your medical kit, and you actually kind of waxed the bandages in your ears, trying to block out sound. It worked somewhat, but even then, you're able to hear this beautiful music. And you need to get closer to it. As the two of you creep out of hiding, you see all around Julian, the snow is dancing in little eddies, whirling and swirling about him, seeming to dance with his song. And his eyes are completely white, rolled up into the back of his head, lost in his music.
Oh, shit.
No. Uh-oh.
And Bill, as you say, "Oh shit," you look down and you see your foot is tapping along in time. You stop it. And then you realize clunk, 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 the butt of the rifle is tapping in time. And also you've started walking towards Julian again.
Fuck.
Now, a human being would have a great deal of difficulty resisting the magical pull of this song. However, you're not dealing with just any old person. You're dealing with a witch.
Fuck.
And Magnus London happens to have a magic score.
Oh no.
So he gets one additional success. Hey, Zach,
Yeah.
would you roll your magic real quick?
That's going to be a 3.
Excellent, excellent. So you and Dr. Jensen continue to walk towards this man, this conduit of beauty. And you can barely hear over the sound of Julian's music a clatter as a window on the second floor of the lighthouse is thrown open. And the man that the two of them would recognize as Magnus London, the lightkeeper that they picked up on their way into town, and who you've seen before, stares out at you, his hand tapping along to the rhythm on the windowsill.
Uh-oh.
And after a second, he comes heading down the stairs of the lighthouse. That uses up the first round of this encounter.
Ruh-roh. Shall we prepare for battle music?
I think it is a good time to get some cards involved.
Yeah, probably.
Out of curiosity, and perhaps you'll be telling me here shortly,
Uh-huh.
how am I feeling while this is happening?
Amazing.
Yeah, that tracks.
You have never felt so close to your music before. Like, have you had that moment where everything just locks in perfectly? Like, you've been on a stage, you've been performing, you've been in a conversation, you're trying to convince someone of something, and you just say the perfect words for that moment. That is Julian to 11 right now. Every movement of his wrist, every bounce of his shoulders, every twist of his hips as he's moving and dancing in place. Everything is perfect. He's flowing with a grace like running water. And everything he does is perfect. And he never, ever, ever wants it to stop. Now, I am going to move you all to a new map. Now, for absolutely no reason, I will need just a second to put a few things onto here. Totally don't worry about it. All right. Julian,
Game Master.
fittingly, is on a 1.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Jensen is on a 5. Tobias is on a 6. Don't worry about it is on a 4. And first up is Julian. You are lost in the sauce. You are completely absorbed with this music. You are playing and just swept up in it. Next up, after Julian, Dr. Jensen. Can I get another observation or medicine roll from you?
Certainly. That would be 9 dice, but I have 1 condition, so that'll be 8. Oh, shit. On 8 dice, no success.
Fantastic. Do you want to push that roll?
Yes, I do.
Very well.
Oh boy, this is not good. Well, on 8 dice, 1 success.
Okay. You are listening to Julian with rapt attention. You cannot pull your eyes away from him or your ears away from his music. You think there was something you were supposed to do. Maybe even something that was important. But you don't remember what it was.
Damn it.
That's your turn.
I mean, damn it, this is a good tune.
Yeah, it's a banger.
What, dude?
Tobias Pierce.
Yeah.
You may also give me, and I'll actually even let you switch it up a little. And Bill, if this affects what you would like to do, feel free to reroll. You could use force, medicine, or observation.
Let's do force. Force is something I'm actually good at. All right. Tobias is going to attempt to stop himself.
Force would have been the same dice rolls, so.
Okay.
That's a 1 success out of 8 dice.
Do you want to push it or good to go?
Fun to the failure.
All right.
Let's see where this goes.
There's something Tobias was trying to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Something that was really important. But this song,
It's so
he
beautiful.
loves this.
It's so beautiful. I haven't heard music this good in ages. Haven't had this much fun in even longer.
His old kind of creaky legs are just doing a little jig underneath him. He's loving this. He's loving life.
That kind of old man shuffle.
Mm-hmm. And that's all for Tobias.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as anyone knows, that's everything that needs to go on in our first round.
Oh boy, how exciting.
Woo!
We're all just jigging
Yep.
slowly over to
Play
good
Freebird!
Yeah, you're all just dancing around Julian.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like there was something very important a moment ago that you were trying to remember, but you can't. Phoenix, on your initiative, Julian is just enthralled. He has never felt like his music has been this good. When runners talk about hitting the zone, that is where Julian is. He is in the perfect moment. Everything he does is right. He can't even see it, but behind him, those scraggly trees are swaying in perfect time to his melody.
Damn. Some good music, man. This is like Taylor Swift and Lady Gaga collabed.
Through the front window of the study, you spot a light moving into the living room, and it draws closer. Dr. Jensen, feel free to roll that force, medicine, or observation again.
I do have one question, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this might be, this would have affected actually my last roll. Emergency medicine, it reads, ignore mental conditions when performing medicine checks, but medicine is a physical.
I'll let you ignore physical conditions for that one.
Okay.
Feel free to take an extra die.
So that would be 2 extra dice.
Oh, 2 extra dice, pardon me. And Zach, feel free to roll your magic attribute again.
Oh, okay.
That would have been 1 extra success in the first round.
Okay.
Hey, that's 1 success on magic.
Okay. Bringing Zach's total up to 2.
Okay, but I will go, I will try medicine again for this round.
Okay. I was going to say, I remember there being a reason force and medicine were not quite the same for you. And it was that condition, or that talent, pardon me.
2 successes on 9 dice.
Okay. As Dr. Jensen is kind of dancing around, listening to Julian, just swept up in this beautiful music, he briefly brushes a hand past his ears. And something jogs his memory. There's a reason why everything sounds so muted. And for the briefest of moments, he thinks about ripping all of those bandages and all of that cotton and all that paraffin out of his ears. But he realizes, oh no, that's supposed to be there. And wedges it in even tighter, hindering his ability to hear anything. Bill, you have shaken off the effects of the music and are now able to act freely.
Oh, thank goodness.
It did use your slow action this turn, or maybe use your fast action this turn. Is there anything you'd like to do with your slow action? You can get back into cover. You can maneuver around.
You said we noticed a light turn on in the living room. Yep. And it looks like a figure's
like
coming.
Somebody carried a lantern down. Mm-hmm.
Oh man. I want to hide again. I guess I would be hiding basically off, trying to be as close to the building as I can without being seen. And I'm going to ready the rifle for should someone come through the door.
Okay. Sounds good. So kind of just like duck down next to the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And Zach.
Okay. So force and magic.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1 success on 8 for force. And 0 successes on 3 for magic.
Okay. You can't remember what it was that was so important as the last light of the sun dips down below the horizon.
Probably nothing.
It probably wasn't a big deal. I mean, there's still plenty of light to see by.
Yeah.
And we're going to take a brief moment and step back from this scene to several years ago. Tobias Pierce had arrived here in the Washington Territory and had settled with a small wagon train that had come in at a spot just around the north bend of the Snoqualmie River. He had a life, but he was looking to get away from old memories, old pains. He was still not a young man by any stretch of the imagination, but you were able to make a passable living and keep yourself fed and warm in a small cabin just in the foothills of Mount Si. Tell me a little bit about the time he went out hunting.
Tobias was trying to make his way hunting pelts out there, mostly beaver, the odd buck when he could get it. He wasn't a bad shot, he wasn't the best, but, you know, he was making do. One day, he was out in the woods. It was about early fall. He met another hunter, a man by the name of Jonathan Dolan. They became quick friends, as close of friends as men their age really could get. They were, you know, hunting around the same...
Like, they were grandpa friends.
They were grandpa friends, absolutely. New grandpa friends.
History will remember them as roommates.
Yeah. Yeah, they wound up just, like, hunting around the same parts of the woods. They'd, you know, give each other hints on where the best game
was going to be found.
Yeah. And they struck up a quick friendship, and they, you know, would meet up in the morning and head out into the woods, and they'd share what few drinks they could get from whatever provisions were coming through on whatever wagon made it through the town at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It was still a mostly solitary life, but he found some comfort, some companionship with Jonathan.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We'll cut back to this again in just a moment.
Sure will.
Back to our present. Julian continues to spin this beautiful melody. This song, unlike anything that he has ever played before. Phoenix, I am sorry I took all of your character agency away from getting swept up in that violin. Sooner or later, someone will probably knock it out of your hands. Or Dr. Jensen might shoot you. One or the other.
Maybe both.
Maybe both. Bill, you hear the rattling of keys.
Do I?
Well, yeah, actually, I suppose you valid salient point there. And that door opens. He will also get another save. Probably not going to get enough successes. He got 2 on 9 dice, so Magnus is starting to come to. However, he steps straight through that door. His eyes are just staring at Julian, and he doesn't seem to realize that Dr. Jensen is there. Lucius.
Game question before I open. Based on the positioning on the map we have represented here, am I fine to fire the rifle at this range, or do I need to move away? Rifle's range is 1 to 3.
Technically, you need to scooch back a little bit. I'd say if you're close to where the window is on our map, you'd be okay.
Okay, so then, yeah.
And we can say you were hiding there originally, yeah.
Okay, so then, I guess, yeah, I would try to be the appropriate distance away. I'm going to take the shot.
Roll it.
On 6 dice, I got 1 success.
Okay. And he has used his fast action, and he is enthralled, so he cannot do anything to get away from that. Do you want to push that roll, Bill?
I believe if I have extra successes, I am able to maybe disarm the individual or shoot like a specific body part.
Mm-hmm.
Before, I guess, is he carrying a staff or is he just carrying a lantern as he's coming out?
He is just carrying a lantern. So if you get additional successes, you could increase the damage, outmaneuver your enemy, stress your enemy, push them, or make them drop a weapon or item.
I'm mixing campaigns if I want to shoot the lantern and cause him to catch on fire.
Sorry, I didn't purchase incendiary ammo.
Yeah.
yeah. I would imagine, given the severity of the situation with the grave sow and the inn and the town itself, and then just the danger that Julian is in right now, actively using the next file in.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I will. I mean, if I suffer a physical condition to try and end this situation sooner, I think it's a good trade-off. So I will do that.
Okay.
So I am re-rolling 5 dice.
Oh shit!
On the 5 dice, I got 3 more successes for a total of 4 successes.
Mm-hmm.
Yum.
I think that's going to deserve something a little extra. So,
Doctor.
Bill, I tell you what, if you want to, I will let you apply one of those successes to ricochet a shot into Julian's hand and make him drop the fiddle.
Yes, that if I
Now-
if I could stop Julian
Now
from playing.
that will do one physical condition to Phoenix, or pardon me, to Julian. Phoenix will be fine. He'll definitely survive.
As long as Phoenix is fine.
We can't let anything happen to Phoenix.
Julian, I think.
As far as you know, Julian's fine.
You know what? I'm a doctor. I will try to take care of it. And if I can't, I'll just give him cocoa wine. Yeah, I'll apply.
I like the idea of Dr. Jensen being like, do no harm, ish. And then he just shoots Julian in the hand.
It'd be clearly more harmful to leave him playing the fiddle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is great. On the map, you've lined Magnus right up in front of Julian. He just
That was less intended.
passed through.
Bam! So, you aim your shot perfectly. You have fired a rifle many a time in your military experience, and so you know what you're doing. You wait for the perfect moment when he steps forward. Lock target. And feel that rifled barrel kick in your hands just a bit as the bullet spins out. Phoenix. Julian is suddenly startled by a sharp, biting pain in his hand. You've lost time. You don't remember what's going on. However, you're covered in blood. And you hear a wheeze from the man in front of you, who is just shot straight through the chest. Take 1 physical condition. However, you have dropped the fiddle of the neck. You could easily pick it back up, but at moment, it is stopped playing.
All right. I will choose wounded.
Highly reasonable.
Seems apt.
Zach.
Yeah.
The music abruptly fades away, and everything comes crashing in at once.
Oh no.
The smell of the sea. That sharpness you feel from fresh snow, the smell of the kerosene coming out of this lighthouse.
That iron tang of blood.
Mm-hmm. That you can just taste a little bit in the back of your tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Zach.
Yeah.
We're going to flash back again.
Mm-hmm.
Back to that winter.
Yeah. The winter was tough. It was hard. This first winter in the Washington Territory, he was not prepared for it. Game became scarce for everyone. Those who didn't prepare were caught, and not everyone in the small community that had been building up in this small patch near the Snoqualmie made it through the winter.
I mean, you'd always heard stories of the Washington Territory being cold, but rainy and wet.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just near the coast, not near the mountains.
No.
Here, you're getting actual snow coming down from the Snoqualmie range. Or from the Cascades, pardon me.
Yeah. He didn't know what mountain range it was at the time. He was just trying to make sure he had something to fill his belly. He found a few hares, some hardy root vegetables every once in a while, but he wasn't much of a scavenger.
Forager.
Yeah, forager. And it turns out neither was Jonathan. Jonathan also was getting a little desperate, and everyone's getting a little hungry. And how far back are we? How far back are we going, Brian?
So, tell me about when Jonathan snuck up behind you.
Yeah. So they had met up in the woods, go check their usual game trails.
Check the, little spring traps and all those kind of things.
Yeah. Tobias had crept a little forward. He thought he heard something rustling in the underbrush up ahead. And all of a sudden, Jonathan comes up behind him, and Tobias feels just a sharp pain in the back of his head, and he's out like a light. He comes to, doesn't know how much later, and he's tied up in a chair in Jonathan's cabin. And Jonathan is standing over the fire. It's night now. The sky is inky black outside. And Jonathan is just hunched over this fireplace that he's made, and he starts panting. And growling. And his body begins to shift and crack and morph. His jaw elongates. Teeth extend. A tongue lolls out of his mouth, and all of a sudden a blood-curdling howl emits from his chest. Tobias is still a little dazed after having just gotten up, but Jonathan lunges at him. He's tied loosely to this chair, and the impact breaks it. So he manages to get himself free, and in the scrabble manages to make it back to the fire where an iron had been set in, and swipes it across the beast that was once Jonathan's eyes. Emits a howl of anguish. And Tobias runs out into the woods, gripping his arm where he was bitten by this creature. He leaves the Snoqualmie River, runs as far as he can, and after finding some shelter, hunkers down, and eventually, after days, weeks, makes it to Crescent Bay, where he begins to make sense of what his life has now become.
and what he's brought with him.
Yes.
We cut back to our poor investigators as Tobias and all of you are bathed in the moonlight. A pool of red blood slowly staining the snow beneath where Magnus London has been shot dead. And Tobias begins to change. Zach, what happens?
You notice first in his muscles, there's a ripple, like a stone dropped into a pond. And all of a sudden, they begin to bulge out at just grotesque angles as they grow and hunch. The worst part is the sound as his bones begin to snap and break and reknit. That jaw elongating, those teeth lengthening and sharpening, his fingers snapping, popping, nails turning into claws that look razor sharp. Ears begin to pop and point, and tendons snap and strain against the force of this transformation. And it's agonizing to look at. And by the end of it, Tobias, that old sack of bones, is no longer there, and you see a snarling, howling werewolf.
Oh, shit.
How'd I do, guys? I've been waiting so long.
This is fine.
Dear listener, you couldn't see it, but Bill gave like the okay sign of like, good job, and Phoenix just frowned and shook his head like, Zach, why did you do this to us?
Oh, I'm in my villain era. I just thought I couldn't make this easy on you guys.
All right, and that's not all.
Well, shit. But wait, there's more!
Because in the distance, you hear the low, angry sound of a boar. And see snow being kicked up as this creature is rushing towards you at great speed. All right, now that was Tobias's entire turn, just transforming. And Zach, I'm going to do a little thing.
Yep.
Boop. Boop.
Yeah. This is fine.
I have just changed his token in Roll20 to be a giant-sized werewolf.
Oh, it's so nice. I take up so many squares, dear listener.
Oh, and let me do one other important thing. Poor Magnus. Very deceased.
Never stood a chance.
No. Got fucking Jensened.
I learned it from watching Julian and and Sophie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you learned it from watching Sophie. So let's just remove Lightkeeper Magnus London from the initiative tracker there. I had a whole speech prepared for him. Instead, he's dead.
I had a whole speech prepared for him too.
All right, Julian, what are you going to do? Where you previously saw Tobias is a ravening wolf. You can hear the sounds of this shouting pig. The lighthouse door is hanging open.
Okay. Well, this is great. Okay, step number one, the fiddle is on the fiddle is on the ground. I'm going to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then a question for you. trying to separate Julian from Phoenix here. So Phoenix would think of werewolves as, well, if I don't have a silver bullet, nothing is, there's no point. Would Julian know anything about that? Is that common knowledge, or is that not?
That would be something that you would need to make a learning test for.
Would that be my slow action to do so, or?
It would be a slow action to make that learning test about the werewolf.
Okay. Well then, learning can wait. So I look over to Dr. Jensen and kind of I'm shaking and flexing my hand that's been shot. There is a very brief look over towards you of thanks as I am coming back to my senses, but now there's a whole other thing here. I think we need to do something about this. I will see you inside.
Can I yell something in response?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to yell at Julian, find the staff.
I will run inside.
Okay. So this is kind of a pretty sparse looking room. It's the whole bottom floor of this lighthouse. There's a kind of large living space with a few old chairs, a small bookshelf. There's a very large rug across the center of the room that you could probably trip on, honestly. It looks so loose. There's a little study area set aside with a big heavy desk and a window. There's a bedroom with a kind of old, what looks like too soft bed. And there's a set of curving stairs that lead up to the next floor of the lighthouse.
Okay. Again, pardon, trying to separate player and character knowledge here. Looking at the map, I can see Dr. Jensen is outside of a window. Is that something that he might be able to get through?
It is closed at the moment, but does not appear to be locked.
Okay.
So it'd be a fast action to open it and a slow action to jump through.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to leave the study alone under the assumption that he'll get through there. And I'm just going to go ahead and take, so if it was my fast action to go to the living room, I'll use my slow action to hit the stairs and work my way upstairs.
Okay. Can I get an agility test from you?
Had a feeling you'd be asking for that. Nope, that is 0 successes on 2 dice.
Do you want to push that?
Somehow I think that having some physical conditions to spare might be important here. So I am not going to push that roll.
Okay. Julian goes running across this room. However, that loose rug just slides out from under him, and he goes crashing right to the floor. However, I do have some good news for you. Underneath that rug was a trapdoor.
Oh.
So Julian is currently prone on the ground, but you do know something you didn't know before.
Excellent.
All right. Dr. Jensen, what do you do?
It's not looking great that Tobias is kind of essentially between me and the door.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to have to go...
Through the window?
Yeah, so you said use my fast action to open the window.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
Now, I will give you one alternative. If you want to...
jump through like the Kool-Aid Man?
Yes. If you want to safely open the window, it'll be your fast action. If you want to try and throw yourself through the window, it will be a slow action and a force test.
Let's use my fast action.
Or you could shoot out the window and jump through. Up to you.
No, I will open the window and jump in.
Very well. I will also say, you can interact with an object on your turn, so if Julian wanted to shut that door behind him, if Dr. Jensen wanted to shut that window behind him, both of those could be done.
Okay, cool.
Okay, then yeah, I'll do that as well. I don't think it's going to do much with a werewolf outside,
Right.
but you know.
All right. Tobias.
Yeah.
There is a dead, hot corpse on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
and there are 2 creatures who just ran from you.
One of them smells wounded.
Mm-hmm.
Is Tobias's new body, is it able to fit through that door, or is it gonna have to make some room?
It'll be your slow action to get through the door, because you've got to kind of like press and squeeze.
Okay. Yeah, Tobias is gonna force himself through this door.
Okay. So you are able to put yourself into that living room.
And then fast action. What can I do with it? What can I do with a fast action as a Vossen?
As a werewolf. Oh man, did I not share any of your sweet abilities? No, wait, I put them on the character.
Yeah.
So one other key detail there.
Oh.
Tobias Pierced. Werewolves get 2 actions per turn.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, fuck.
Somehow I had a feeling. That seemed like a thing that was going to happen.
They'll get one of those next turn.
Yeah, that's all right. It's been a while since Tobias has been out in the wilds transformed. Usually he's locked himself up in the root cellar, chained down with some silver chains that his little Vatir friends have gathered for him. Not tonight, though.
Nope.
Decided to push it tonight.
Tonight is a party night.
Tonight's a party night.
So Tobias has kind of forced his way in, is stalking towards Julian, who's on the ground.
His eyes have become this malevolent yellow and are just hungrily staring at you, Julian.
Cool.
And that's when he hears it outside. Suddenly, Tobias smells something else.
Oh.
Something that smells like a challenge.
Ooh, delicious.
A creature that smells of rot and graves and magic. Crashing through the entryway is an enormous boar covered in razor-sharp spines.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It sadly must also use one of its slow actions to get through the door.
Pig, wolf, pig, and wolf.
This is fine.
And it is going to try and attack the source of the greatest magic that it can sense.
The next fiddle, right?
I was going to say, I've got that middle.
Not at the moment.
Oh, boy.
All right. What would happen if I tried playing it again?
You could do that. We'll see how that goes. Zach, it takes a bite at the werewolf.
Okay.
With those big, meaty boar tusks.
Ooh.
Do you try and dodge it?
Yeah, I'm going to try and dodge it. So that's a body control roll.
Yep.
Yeah. Done to do it.
All right. Now, there is nothing special if Vossen get more successes, so you don't get the benefit of, like, stressing it out or shoving it anywhere.
Totally fine. I am a werewolf. I'll take it.
Yeah, the 2 of them are crashing back and forth. Claws are flashing, tusks are going, hooves are trampling. And that is the end of our initiative order. So we are back at the top. Julian Benavides, what are you going to do? Well, actually, you know what? Hold that thought for just a minute, Phoenix. With snarling werewolves and rampaging ghost boars, it might actually be a good time to give our poor investigators just a minute to come up with a plan for how they're going to get out of this mess. We're going to wrap up our episode here, and you can join us for the thrilling conclusion to the Night Sow next time. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Spirits and Monsters of Old Seattle. Our theme song is Myths and Legends by Robert Bruckmeyer and is playing right now. Our episode music is from the incredible Andreas Lundstrom's RPG soundtracks, and you can hear more of his work on the Sweden Rolls podcast. Our editor is Hannah Cheney. If you've enjoyed the show, it would mean the world to all of us if you could share it with a friend. Or an acquaintance, a stranger, even an enemy. We're not super picky. However, it is the single best way to help us get new listeners and continue to grow. If you've really enjoyed the show and you want to let the world know just how much, we are launching a storefront where you can buy some cool gear and a Patreon. You'll find the links in our show notes. We'll be looking forward to sharing more stories of the Vossen in the Pacific Northwest. But until then, remember the motto of the library. Fear gives way to knowledge. Knowledge gives way to wisdom. And wisdom gives way to the truth. Until next time.